Hey everyone, happy Thursday and welcome to the Team Revolution weekly call. My name is Lauren Kaliski and I am the host of this call, and I'm super excited because tonight we have a guest speaker in the house who is going to be talking all about building your local tribe, which is something that I've been wanting to work more on. I love having a local team here in the Pacific Northwest. And I know a lot of you look at like the small group of coaches that's here in the Pacific Northwest and are like, oh, I wish I had that in my hometown. And the really cool thing is you can create that in your hometown. And Whitney is going to be sharing all how she's done that where she lives in San Luis Obispo. So super excited to have Whitney on. Hold on real quick before I toss it over to Whitney. I just want to share a couple announcements. We have a coaching webinar or like sneak peek specifically for people that want to build like a additional stream of income, a part-time business. That is taking place, I think, Alexa, we said Tuesday, right? It's on the calendar. It's on the team calendar for Monday, but we're pushing it back to Tuesday to give you guys some more time to invite. So just want to make sure that is on your radar. Definitely use that. Let's have a big push before Black Friday, like before people go spend all their money on Black Friday. Let's get them to invest in their futures and invest in themselves and join our amazing tribe. So that's happening on Tuesday. I feel like I had something else that I didn't write down and now I forget. So if I think of it, I'll share at the end. So our guest speaker tonight is Whitney Small. She is from, like I said, San Luis Obispo, California, and she has built a badass local tribe. I mean, she's building all over social media, but I feel like she's really tapped into like her niche, which is building this local tribe of women who are on their journey together, and she gets to see them more than just at events once or twice a year, which is super cool. She is a former corporate climber. She was in the finance world turned fitness professional / coach, which is so awesome. Whitney has a huge passion. I'm sure you'll share more about your story, but she's like super badass. She's a triathlete, does Ironman and like all sorts of stuff. So to see her able to leave the corporate world and do something she loves is so freaking cool. She's a dog mom to 2 and also fosters dogs. I wish Marley was nicer to other dogs so that I could foster dogs as well, because that is like a dream of mine. All the puppies, please. She's been a coach for 5 years. She's a 5-star diamond, right? You're a lifetime 5-star? With 8 lifetime diamonds. She's a Success Club. You guys, listen to this. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star, which means she's hit Success Club 10 for 12 months in a row. And she's a Success Club 5 All-Star legend with 60 months in a row in Success Club. Like, what? Talk about consistency. Whitney is super consistent. And tonight she's going to be sharing a little bit about her story and how she's built a local tribe. So, Whitney, I'll go ahead and just toss it over to you, girlfriend.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. Yeah, I guess this whole journey for me began when I was in corporate America, and I was with a kind of team in corporate that you never really felt that connected to them. And this business that I worked for was never like about the team, and it was all for just bottom dollar. And so I had this vision of sitting around a table. I always had kind of that entrepreneurial spirit, but I had this vision that as I built, once I learned about Beachbody, I was invited to the coach opportunity. I was not invited to a challenge group because I was training for Ironman at the time. If somebody invited me to the challenge group, I would have said no. So that just reiterates the idea that there's people out there that are looking for the coach opportunity, so invite them to it. So I was looking for something else, something to give me purpose as a side income or a side passion. So I started part-time with Beachbody, and going back to my vision, I just had this dream of all of us, whoever my local coaches were, all of us sitting around one conference table in some cute little downtown, spot, which would be my office. And we would all be brainstorming about how to help more community members. And I envisioned 15 of us, I'm like, oh, that'd be easy. I'll just be a 15-star diamond. All my 15 people will all be diamonds and we'll be good. So that was kind of my vision. That's how it all began. And so with that direction, I never even thought about building a business on social media ever. It always began with, why don't I just walk down the street and help my neighbor? I think so much we get caught up in this idea of, oh, I have to pay an ad to get my, name out there to some random corner of the world where some other Beachbody coach hasn't advertised yet. And it's like, have you talked to the person next door? So that was always my thought of like, I could help my community. We need this. And there's so many people in my town that I could help. So I started with something called a meetup group. If you don't have that app, that's a great app to grab if you want to start something locally. And I just put Fit by Wit workout. And so when people would get the Meetup app and they would click one of their interests being fitness, this local group would pop up and they could come to once a week free workouts with us in the park. And I'd have a different coach, lead a workout. Some of my coaches were certified in group fitness. Some had PIO certification. Some had Insanity. Some had nothing. And so their job was just to go press play on the laptop in the park and everybody would work out looking at that. So we switched it up. And so that was a meetup group. And that kind of started the whole idea. And then I started posting on Craigslist about the meetup group and about events in the community that I was hosting where people could come. And then I started posting about challenge groups on Craigslist for looking for local people who need our help, who want to jump into 30 days of bikini boot camp or something like that. And when they would respond back, I would always say, you sound like you'd be a great candidate. I'd love to sit down with you for coffee and we can chat more. So there was always this idea of get in person with them, become like one of the founding coaches, Milan Jensen, says it perfectly. She says belly to belly conversations. So always just face to face. It's the most effective way to grow your business, to help somebody, because it's raw, it's real, there's no hiding behind a computer screen. So once I'd sit down with them, we'd learn about their goals, we'd get them started. And we did the same thing when their challenge pack came in, get back together with them, go through their box, everything that came in it, and we'd do like a unboxing party. If we had a big local group, they could all come over and we could unbox together. So that created this awesome tribe of women who felt supported, who felt like they were part of something, and that naturally led into them wanting to coach. They were bringing friends to the workout already, and I'm like, you should get that commission, not me. So they started coaching with me. Some other ways to kind of build that I have done in our community that could work for you. I approached our local church here that I go to, and I just asked, they have, if you go to their website, they have tribes, what they call tribes, and you can click on a tribe, and I think it's basically like a Bible study, but it's a group of people, and you can do singles, you can do women's, you can do, what would another example be? Couples. And I was like, hey, could I do a workout? One for people who love working out. They're like, yeah, that sounds awesome. So that we can all get together, we go over like a verse before the whole workout starts and what it means to you and how to better empower yourself. And I just had this idea of helping people. They have grieving ones. They have all kinds of different groups for people in this church. I thought, why don't we help empower people through grief, through loss, through whatever addiction, and give them fitness. So we can lead free now workouts at the church. That was my way kind of serving, but it's connecting me to the whole community of amazing people that have become fabulous coaches. And at the end of the day, they have like such a serving heart and a giving heart. So that's a great area if you have a church that you belong to start talking to them about offering something as a way of serving. This next one, it's newer for me. We've been doing it for about 4 months now, and it's working wonderfully. We do a healthy women's cooking night. And it started with just a few of us having an idea of, we need to show people like how to cook healthy and how you can have a dinner party and have all healthy dishes there. So we now rotate. It started with just about 8 of us, all going to dinner at one person's house. And then the next month, it was at a new person's house, and they could invite whoever they wanted, as well as we could invite whoever we wanted. And so it's grown each time to now this phenomenal group of women, and we're just all getting together because they're all interested in nutrition. You can sure as heck bet every dessert, I always offer to bring dessert because that's my thing, but I always bring some sort of Shakeology dessert. So it starts the conversation with everybody there, like, oh, these are good. What is this? How is this healthy? So then you meet some new Shako customers right there at the event. So that's been awesome. If you want to do a morning like brunch one, like on the weekends, you could have people over for a workout and then just be serving up Shako right after, or you're making your own Shako and just say, hey, does anybody want to try a sample? I have found that when you have people try it, the success rate of somebody wanting it and signing up with it is so much higher than if you're just talking to them about all the superfoods in it. Because more than likely, once they try it, they're like, oh, this is that stuff you talk about on your Facebook all the time. Okay, this is pretty good. I want to try this. Now we're going to have them start inviting their kiddos over to, like, if we do a brunch one, so that we can do daily sunshine and double time. So you can get very kind of creative with it. Another thing that we're doing this month, and, well, a couple things. We, for double time and kind of this November to Remember challenge, approached a local school and just talked to the principal about hosting an assembly where we could stream the double time workout. All the little kids could get a partner and do the balls and sample Daily Sunshine right there at the assembly, and it would all be a fundraiser for the school. So they're on board for that. Once the kids, if the parent decides to get the challenge pack, then we're giving all of our commission back to the school, and we are doing, and then hopefully win the contest so that Beachbody can give them the 50 grand too. So that was another idea. And then we also, my town has this incredible farmers market. So we can set up booths downtown, and you get like a local permit if you have a farmers market downtown. And whatever the promotion is. So like right now we're promoting this fundraiser that we're doing for the local school. If you want to promote Daily Sunshine or Shakeology, we do something very similar every year we have a San Luis Health and Fitness Expo. So everybody can come, and it's probably, I would say we get easily 5,000 people walking through that expo every year. So instead of, we were kind of worried about having a blender and doing a bunch of blending at the booth, because then you couldn't talk with people. So we made a bunch of Shako cookies, and that was the sample. And you can't even believe how many people were like, oh my gosh, this is so good. I didn't know you could make this into a nutrition bar. I don't drink my calories. How many times have we heard that? I don't want to drink my smoothie, whatever. I want to eat something. So I would buy this so I can make bars with it. Great, superfood bar. So those are just kind of a couple ways that we've been building locally. I'd say at the end of the day, the last one, one of the things that really kicked off my business, I'll share this one with you. Because it was a labor of love, so be ready to put some definite time into it. But it was so worth it. We approached 2 businesses in town, and it was the Honda dealership versus the Toyota dealership. And we paired them against each other. We did a Biggest Loser competition for what dealership could lose the most weight, and the employees went nuts for it. We did a 90-day. So once a week, we partnered with a local gym so we could have all the employees go over. I think we did a 6 a.m. workout once a week. All the employees could head over there, get a free workout in. We did healthy snacks in the break room, Shakeology in the break room. Once a week, they sat down with us for 15 minutes to talk about goals, what last week looked like, what this week coming up is going to look like. So it was a blast, and we met so many incredible people who are still challengers to this day, still drinking Shakeology. A couple of people who then were in test groups for, this was years ago, so it was for PIO, and then one of them became one of my top coaches. So you can approach local businesses with it. I happen to know the person who owned the Honda dealership, so it was an easier in. But just go to them, share an idea that you have. You don't have to have all the answers or presentation ready. Just go, hey, this is what I do, and I could see this being amazing for corporate wellness. Or, hey, principal, this is what we're running this month. I could see this being a huge opportunity for a fundraiser for your school. Even after November to Remember, even after the 50 grand is off the table, you could still offer to give your commissions back. If one school had 100 parents get a challenge pack and you donated all your commissions or even some of your commissions back, say $40, that's $4,000 for a school. So it's just a way to become like that person in your community that people reach out to, and they know like you're the go-to person for health and wellness in your little. If I'm in a small town, but I think this would work. When we were in London, we just ran a local ad and just said, hey, anybody looking to, do this as a part-time job? And then we started meeting up with people for coffee and started talking to them about coaching. So you can really do it wherever you are. One of my favorite things is when I travel and I know I'm going to be somewhere for like a week. So like Thanksgiving, going up to Reading. You can share a bet, like I'm running an ad up there just saying, hey, running a challenge group, would love to meet up with you. Or well, my ad would say doing a 30-day like Christmas challenge in this area, would love to meet up and discuss goals and work with a coach. So you can do it anywhere you're going. And then obviously you're their support from afar when you leave the town, but it's just a great way to connect with people either in your hometown or wherever you travel. So those were kind of all my bullet points. Sarah's like wham, bam out there, but I hope that gives you guys some good ideas.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. And it's like, at least to me, it's so refreshing and like different. Yes. And you were killing it. Like Whitney, you guys was killing it in London. Every time she came back to the apartment, she's like, yeah, I just met up with this girl. I just met up with that girl. And like Whitney, I mean, and I think most of you, even if you're not Whitney, she's just bubbly and has an infectious personality. It's like once you meet someone face to face, they can get an idea of whatever your personality is, and they can feel your warmth and your genuine desire to help and serve them. They can feel that in person. It's an energetic thing, and like let me tell you, when Whitney just talks and shares her passion, you can feel it, and it's like something I just want to do more of. I really haven't tapped into my local community at all. I'm curious. Show of hands, who's tapped into their local community, or who's mostly, or have you really just relied on social media? Because I know I'm very social media reliant. And yeah, you can use social media in your local community, which I think is really cool. So do you guys have any questions? Type in the chat box and
it looks like, Lauren said, what do you share at expos to make your booth inviting?
Yeah, because you know what, some booths, I'm like, no, I'm never going to walk up to you.
Yeah. So we made a banner. It said Team Dream Builders along the back. It doesn't say Beachbody. Team Dream Builders. And then instead of a booth table right in the front where it's like kind of weird, it's a horseshoe so that people can walk into it. And then we had big coolers, those clear coolers, cute with the ice and the lemons and whatever, of Energize, Recover, and Nighttime. And so they could come up with a little cup and try each of them. So that was the performance side. We had a TV streaming P90X and Sanity all the time. So that usually grabbed people's attention right away of like, oh, I've done that program. That's you guys, you're local here. And then this side of the booth was all the different samples of the bars that we made.
Okay, I need to.
People were coming in for free food, essentially. We ran a contest too. So we had at the front, they could of the booth, we had a tub, the 2-year, when you have Shakeology for 2 years, Beachbody sends you this like 2-year tub. It's really cute. And we used that as people could write their name and their email and enter the raffle. We were going to give away, I think we gave away a challenge pack.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but you want to get people's email, obviously, at all those kind of events. So That was big.
Verita, do you want to ask your question?
Yeah, so are you a Beachbody Life coach by chance?
What is that?
Beachbody Life?
Oh, live.
Yeah.
Like life coach.
Oh, no, Beachbody Life, sorry. So
I'm
I'm a Beachbody Life coach for P90X and Quarter Force, and I have access to a local gym. So I'm very interested in growing my local market, but I was wondering if you had any tips from a live instructor standpoint, if any tips for growing my local market to get people to work out with me, not just including joining my team, but I guess for this question specifically, pulling people to work out live with me with these live formats.
Well, I don't have any live. I'm not a Beachbody Live person, but I have my group fitness cert and then my just personal training cert. So that's what I love doing, is having them work out with me live and promoting those. And the way I've found to do that the best is social media. Really is a big one. So like if I'm going to have an event this coming weekend, probably on Monday I would start advertising it. And if it's like, we live near the beach, so to say, big beach workout, make a Facebook event for it so that you can invite your whole network and then they can invite all their friends. It's on their calendar. It's popping up in their notifications. That was always a big one. And I've met a lot of people that weren't even Facebook friends that way. And then people start seeing you on those weekends working out there, and then they have questions. So always be ready with like a little flyer, a little card of like, hey, this is us. Contact me for the next workout. Yeah, so I would say use social media, use if you have like, if your town, it has like a local Craigslist that you could use, or I've even posted in coffee shops before that were close by that venue with a flyer that just says Fit by Wit workouts, Tuesdays in the park, 7 a.m., whatever it is, and they can pull one of the pulley tabs. It's like very old fashioned, but that kind of stuff still works.
So you taught the workouts live versus playing a video.
Right. Yep. But when I first started and I didn't have my certs, I just played the video.
Yeah. Okay. So Jess, I think that answers your question too. You can do either. If you're certified in the program, like use it as a way to practice teaching, right? And to really gain your confidence as a teacher and an instructor while sharing it with people. But otherwise, I've done fit clubs before and I played the video. I am certified, but I've always just played the video because it's way easier.
Yeah, it is. And I think you're going to attract, like, people are going to love the workout that they get with you live. And then you go, hey, before next week, I want you to go home and do this workout and this workout before you see me next week as homework. And then maybe you have a prize for whoever does it, but they're going to have to get Beachbody On Demand to do it. So
I love that. Okay, if you guys have any questions, keep typing in the chat box. I have a question. Can you share a little bit more about like how, I know it's probably different depending on what you're advertising for, but how do you kind of share yourself on Craigslist without just like, I'm a Beachbody coach on Craigslist? You know, I'm sure that's not your approach to it.
Right. I wonder if I could even pull up an old ad. Let's see if I have one. I did. I put my banner, my cover photo that's on my Facebook page as the Craigslist post. I said, local coach, local personal trainer, local, you could put local team Beachbody coach, looking to help 10 women in San Luis Obispo or in Oregon, you know, whatever your little town is. But yeah, I mean, you can absolutely, the Craigslist rules and the coach policies and procedures typically say you're not supposed to post network marketing opportunities on there. But you can sure as heck bet I'm going to post it if I can help 10 people with their health and fitness, then I'm going to put it under events. Or I've put it under jobs before just to see like who was out there. I was just experimenting, and that one actually got a lot of traction. I don't know why somebody looking for a job posting was into that, but they totally were, and they wanted to sit down and have coffee. I think, you know why? Because I put at the bottom about the Beachbody Challenge, that if you have incredible results, then we can enter you into the Beachbody Challenge for a little giveaway. And it got some really cool traction because people were like, and then they're dedicated to it. You know, they're looking for a little extra cash. You're going to find people who are looking for a little extra cash, so it's easy to talk to them right then about the coach opportunity. Go, hey, if you just get the same package and we set you up as a coach, you can refer 3 of your friends and make a little bit of income on this.
So you can't post about coaching on Craigslist. Is that what you said?
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
Maybe you can now. I think the old, at least one, when I started, the policies and procedures said we couldn't. But I know Craigslist has their own, like, I promise that I'm not posting about network marketing opportunities, and you have to like check the box.
Oh.
Yeah. So that got me thinking, okay, I probably shouldn't post anything about coaching, but I sure as heck can post about workouts.
Yeah, about your services for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Definitely a lot of like just new things to try and to connect, with people in person, which might be outside of some people's comfort zones. But maybe Whitney, you can attest to this. Like everything that I've learned, I've been listening to like a bunch of calls, platinum presenters, podcasts, and different things. And the strength, if you know your team in person, the strength of your team is like tenfold stronger because you have in-person relationships versus you can't really like ghosting on Facebook is really easy. We've all had those people that have done that, but like at some point or another, you're going to run into them in your town, or at least if it's my town, because it's small.
Yep, big time. And they feel like they're a part of something deeper. Like, I don't want to miss out on the monthly cooking nights. Like, I'm going to freaking stay with this tribe. I love them.
Yeah, you build the in-person relationships that make you want to stick around, right?
Yeah, you could take your coaches out to lunch once a month. You could, just do little things for them too that are just like show that, yeah, it's totally a team effort and that you appreciate them.
Yeah. So, okay. I see a lot of people in the chat box saying,
Oh, cool.
Lots of new ideas. Love the cooking club. Like, yeah, so many, like social media is not the only way. It's a great tool. It's a great resource that can help you build locally as well. But like, if it hasn't been your jam, like try some new jam, right?
You're going to be surprised, I think, how many people are open to it too. Because I was nervous at first approaching businesses. I'm like, they're not going to want this. But nobody's tapped into that. And nobody's come to offer their services. So you're kind of probably going to be the first. So go in with a brainstorming mindset and offer to brainstorm with them about something that could work for them rather than, hey, I've got this pitch and I've got this whole thing lined out. This is what I want to offer. Then they might be kind of closed off to it. Go in with a total, hey, let's work together to create something amazing. And then I think they'll be super open to it, especially with the church.
Yeah. So awesome. Any other questions, you guys? Otherwise, stick around for the post-call giveaway. We'll do that in a minute.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, every week we give away a PD book. And typically I let the speaker choose, but since I just went to the Shanti book signing, I'm giving away a copy of Shanti's new book.
That's awesome. I love that idea.
Okay, it doesn't look like there's any questions. So I'll go ahead and stop the recording. If you're watching the recording and you have questions, just comment in the team page and I'll get in touch with Whitney and she can answer your question. Thank you so much, Whitney, for sharing with us and taking time out of your evening. This was so awesome, and I am ready to just dive in and really build a strong local tribe. Like that for me I have local PNW coaches that are an hour and a half away from me, but I need people where I live. I need some new friends. So, oh my gosh, look, Lisa, she said best call ever. Wow.
Oh, thank you. Yep. If you have any questions about any of those things, just message me. You guys are all welcome to message me anytime.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to download Meetup.
Cool. Yeah, get it.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop.